Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is June 23rd. June 23rd, Monday. Oh, look, it's 10:23. Okay, so it's June 23rd, Monday, 2025. I did not post yesterday, which was Sunday, and I did not post Saturday. Did I post Saturday, actually? I think I might have. Let me just double check. So, my hair is doing the hair thing, so just leave it alone. Yeah, I did post Saturday. I didn't post Sunday. Okay, cool. Not bad. Okay, so, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and give you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling cards. How was everyone's weekend? Mine was good. Busy, as always. There's something that feels so very still. It feels very still. It's not bad, but it's like I feel like for anyone who cannot sit in silence, right? If they can't sit with their own selves, right? This would be very, very unnerving, right? It would like I can't use that example. So, if someone is not comfortable with the stillness in the air, right, it's because they're not comfortable with, because when it's still, what do? You have to like just listen. Right, and that's been a theme. That was something I talked about in my reading. I think it was on Saturday, where you just have to listen. Now is the time where you just have to listen for like the next couple days to like a week or two or something like that. Just listen, and it's kind of one of those things where there's nothing else to do. There's nothing you need to do. Just be patient and listen. Okay, so because of this stillness that's going on. So now. Oh, I forgot about that jar. So there are people that cannot sit in this stillness, right? They can't be patient. They can't sit still. They can't wait. So, of course, because of that, because of why? Because they need to know. They need to know. They need to know, right? So in this stillness, there's nothing you have to. It's kind of like the stillness is part of the unknowing, all right? And you collective, you are allowing whatever happened to happen because you know, like, you're just waiting for God's next whatever, okay? So then there are these people that they can't sit still. They can't sit still. They need to know. They need to know, right? And because of that, it's making them aggressive. It's making them anxious. It's making them agitated, right? Because the stillness, the quiet, the silence, it's driving them mad because they don't know, right? They don't know. And it's like no matter how much they talk, no matter how much they interact, they still don't know. Why? Because it's not time for them to know. Or will they ever know? We don't know. Let's find out in the next episode, right? But I don't know. But as of right now, collective, you know, basically you know what to do next. And there's a bunch of people that don't know what to do next. And because of that, they're trying to talk or do this or do that, right? In hopes that it will get them the answers, and it will not. One of the reasons why is because it's not time for them to know. Because they're not there yet. They're not ready, right? You ever see two people that are arguing? Okay, perfect example. You ever see two people that are arguing, right? And then there's like the mediator that comes in, and they're like, "Okay, stop. All right, stop. Let's just stop. Let's take a deep breath. Let's start over. Let's just stop." And then one person's like, "All right, fine. I'll stop. You know, I'll." And then the other person's like, "No, blah 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 blah." That person, that energy, those people, because they're not ready. They still want to attack. They still want to prove their point. They still want to be the big dog. They still want to be the big cat. They still want to. Blah, blah, blah. They're not ready. And that's why, right? I'm hearing they only have themselves to blame. They only have themselves to blame. Alright, I'm also, collective, you cannot be punished for something you don't know about. Right? And that's very important here. You cannot be punished for something you don't know about. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that's tied in with the stillness, all right? I'm going to get one of these clarifying life situations card. I'm going to get two of them. And then, okay, never mind. I have to start with this one. This is the one I'm going to start with, okay? What deck is this? It's not that book. Where is my book? Here it is. This one is my Karma cards by Monty Farber. I thoroughly enjoy these cards. So, okay. Comes with a book. I love when they come with books, right? I love it. I love books. I'm a bibliophile by heart. Right? So there's something about emotions here, okay? The emotions of certain people, a certain group of people could be, so they're agitated, anxious, scared, nervous, right? I was picking up all those words earlier. So emotionally, this could also be that there's a group of people that can't sit in their emotions, okay? They can't, I don't know what is, like, they can't overcome something. We have Neptune, the idealization of, confusion regarding, and sacrifice. There's something that, there's a group of people, a person, whatever, there's something they don't want to let go, and because they don't want to let go of it, it's like having, it's weighing on them emotionally. It's, wow, it's hard to breathe. Hold on. Alright. Jeez, wow. Okay, so yeah, so it's messing with their emotions, right? Wow, wow. It's messing with their emotions. They can't sit still in this. They can't let something go, right? And because So they can't let something go, and they're not seeing that that's a problem, that's an issue. They can't see what it is that they have to let go, and they can't see that they have to let go of something. They cannot. They're not, I don't know what the problem is.
Proudly serving the entire military community.
Hold on. But they can't see it, they don't want to see it. That's not your problem. That has nothing to do with you. And because of that, because of their emotional and mental state that they are in right now, they're confused. And because of that confusion, because they don't know, right? That confusion, they don't know, because they don't know, they're scared, and because they're scared, they're being aggressive, right? They could even be getting aggressive towards you. They could be, you can be sensing this in people, their agitation, their aggression, their confusion, right? It's stemming from a fear, okay? That's what it's stemming from. That's not your problem. I'm just telling you what this is because it's coming out. And obviously that's not your energy, because what is it for you to be worried about? You're not in this energy because God is saying just wait and listen. Okay, wait. If I tell you to get up and pack, then get up and pack. If I tell you to wait and listen, I just seen 11:10. If I tell you to wait and listen, wait and listen. You understand that to the T. You know that. Okay? So right now God is telling you wait and listen. Okay? And that's like, okay, I will do that. Right? So then there are these people that are just like, they're running around like, you know that one scene in SpongeBob SquarePants where SpongeBob had to like forget everything about himself, everything that made him, right? And then all the little SpongeBobs in his head, someone asked SpongeBob like his name, like, oh, what's your name? And then because he had been through like a whole brainwash process, that he forgot everything that made him, right? And other little SpongeBobs, they're like going crazy because like, what's the name? And they're digging through files and they're looking around and they're running around and it's like chaos because they don't know the simple who they are. Like they couldn't figure it out. Something so simple, the name, right? So there's something about identity as well. So people, oh my gosh, I almost said peekaboo. So people could be trying to spy on you or watch you, like be peeping toms. Oh my god, I can breathe better now, so that's good. Wow, it's like a heaviness. It's like, jeez. So people are having identity crisis at the moment right now, right? There's a lot of that. The idealization of one of the reasons why they're having identity crisis is because, let's say I'm hearing the phrase giving your life in servitude to an idea, a belief, an object, a material, right? They idolized a certain way of living and being. Come to find out that's not necessary, or that's not in the now anymore, or that's not, you know, maybe doing something a certain way would guarantee you to have a certain something in your life when you get to a certain point. But now when you get to that certain point, you're realizing, oh yeah, those qualifications aren't necessary, right? So it's kind of like all that work that has been done. I feel like a lot of the times too, people like that, when you build your life around something tangible, something like, when you make your life something, right, outside of you, and I'm not talking about being a parent or anything like that. I don't have my hair up. When you make your life a career or an image or an idea, let's say when you make your life all about cars, okay, and then there's no more cars anymore. Cars become obsolete. Now cars are all electric, right? And then there's no gas now. It's like, what do you do with all the things that you have acquired to get those things? I'm trying to... this reading is tough for some reason. It's heavy. It's so heavy. It's like a blanket. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. There's a group of people that are realizing what they thought is not, and who they wanted to be or claimed to be is not. I'm hearing now they're on the chopping block. Or they feel like they're on the chopping block, right? There's also a group of people that's running around trying to figure out, like, well, so let's say the boat is sinking, right? There's a boat that's sinking. There's a hole in a boat, right? And no one can find the hole, but the boat is sinking, right? And so these people are just like, well, throw everything overboard, throw over the cannons, throw over the crates, throw over the jugs, throw over this, right? They're trying to throw things overboard so that way to stop the sinking of the ship. That's what this is. There's a sinking of the ship, and there's a group of people that are trying to, because they never did the sacrificing and the ego death, and I'm hearing the woodworks, right? Whatever. They didn't bother to do that because they didn't think that that was necessary to get to where they wanted to be or be who they wanted to be or go where they wanted to go. They didn't think it was necessary, so they didn't do any of that. Now they're realizing, wait a minute. Oh, she's fine. Now they're realizing that doing it their way was wrong. So now they're trying to throw things over the boat or the ship or whatever to stop the boat from sinking. But it's sinking. It's a sinking ship. So that's why they're agitated and aggressive and confused, because they're like, what do we do? What do we do? And then you're just like, wow, the sky's nice today. I like it. Beautiful. And then you're looking to your left, you're looking to your right, and everybody's running around. Ah! What do we do? Oh my God. And it's a very it's a heavy feeling, right? But you just gotta, like, you know, get through it, because it's someone, this energy is trying to find a way to stick to you, okay? But if you can see it and sense it for what it is, scared confusion, all right, it can't stick to you. All right. So that's another thing too. I know this is what I'm gonna say is gonna sound really, really messed up. I know, I hear it, okay? But you shouldn't concern yourself with someone else's sinking ship. Do not concern yourself with the sinking ship of others. Do not. Right? God is not, hey, put them in your boat. Hey, no. God is telling you, just wait and listen until I tell you, whoa, and you're just like, okay, cool, great, that's right. So do what you have to do in the meantime. Run your errands, do your job, plant your gardens, go on that trip, whatever, because when God tells you, all right, get up and pack now, it's going to be get up and pack now. It's going to be, that get up and go is going to be serious, all right? But you understand that. You know that. You get it. And that's why everyone who doesn't, if you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. I feel like, I don't know, never mind. Doesn't matter, but yeah. Oh, there's that Neptune energy too, right? King Neptune. He was, wasn't he Ariel's father in The Little Mermaid, King Neptune? And he had like 7 daughters. He named them each for the sea. So when I was a little girl, I had this dream, and in this dream I kept hearing the same phrase over and over and over and over. And I woke up and I was like, what does that mean? Something about Atlas, right? So I feel like someone is, oh, that's what that means, that dream. So, collective, you could be very intelligent, very tapped in, very intuitive, maybe even downright psychic, or your knowings are spooky. It freaks people out. And because of that, that's just your nature. That's just who you are. Okay, it's just like you were born with red hair, you were born with brown hair, you were born with blonde hair, whatever it is, that's just your hair color. That's just how it is, right? You can dye it, you can cover it up, you can cut it off, you can do this. But at the end of the day, genetically, you were born, that's in your genes, your blonde hair, your black hair, your brown hair, your red hair, whatever, okay? So basically, you are who you are, okay? But, so you could have been this way since a child. And because of that, people could have said that you were like demonic or scary or a weirdo or like a witch or like dark, or you need to be saved, or you need like an exorcist, or whatever the case it is. and you're just, wow, the sky is so pretty today. Witch, they have a demon on their back because they're so calm because they know what's going to happen and we don't. Witch. It's that energy. Someone is trying to demonize you because of your inner knowings. And because you're trusting your inner knowings, you just know, like, yeah, I don't. If they want to bug out, let them bug out. But you know, collective, you don't have to be all, right? You're fine. So people want to demonize you because, well, if you're not freaking out like us, then you must know something. And if you must know something, then you're colluding, or you're a spy, or you're a demon, or you're a devil, you're a witch, or blah, blah, blah. It's literally just God. Literally just God. That's it. It's just God. So I had a dream, right? And I had, like, when I was a kid. And it was like this one phrase. And I'm like, what the heck does that mean? But, so Atlas, right? And Atlas is like, let me just look it up. It's a type of map, right? But then there's also, in Greek mythology, there's Atlas. And Atlas holds up the world. Alright, so I feel like in a sense, like, you have your entire world, like your world, right? Your world is fine. You're maintaining your world, you're holding up your world is fine, okay? But Atlas is, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a type of, yeah, look, Atlas. In Greek mythology, Atlas is a titan condemned to hold up the heavens or sky for eternity after the titan Nomaki. Atlas also plays a role in the myths of two blah 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 blah. I don't really care about that part right now, so okay, so in Atlas, right, so now that we have the Greek mythology version, right, he has to hold up the world, so I feel like in some sense you are able to maintain your world, your world. You can hold up your world just fine, okay? I keep hearing dropping the ball. There are people around you that are constantly dropping the ball, right? They're making mess-ups and fuss-ups in their world, okay? An atlas is a bound collection of maps, charts, or plates or tables illustrating a subject. In addition to being about geography, they can illustrate any number of subjects from anatomy or botany or history or zoology. So you know things just intuitively about anything and everything. But that doesn't mean you know everything, okay? Because nobody knows everything other than the Most High God. Right? But that's how people can view you as, like, you know everything, right? And that freaks people out, so they try to, you know, demonize and condemn you and blah, blah, blah. Right? So the phrase that I heard when I was a kid in my dream, it was a constant phrase over and over and over. And it was, if you can, this is the phrase, if you can read the atlas from east to west, you are the devil. That was the phrase I was hearing. It was like a mantra in my dream. If you can read the atlas from east to west, then you are the devil. And I feel like maybe since you were a child, people have tried to demonize you or ostracize you or condemn you because you just know things that, how do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know to just sit, listen, and wait? How do you know that? How are you so comfortable and secure in that energy when everybody around you is like, the world, and you're just like, wow, that's a new flower that just bloomed, beautiful. And it's like, witch, witch, Okay, so that's that. That's funny. Like, how is it that everyone around you is bugging out and freaking out and going crazy, and you're just like, nice weather up here, eh? Okay, I'm gonna get one or two of life clarifying situations. Yeah, if you can read the atlas from east to west, then you are the devil. I've never said that out loud, right? Because I've always like, what the heck? But then atlas is like, it covers a wide variety of things, from geography, history, zoology, botany, anatomy. Like, you just be knowing things about things. Things, people, places. You just be knowing, right? And people, someone, for the longest of time, it wasn't until just this moment today, June 23rd, Monday 2025, that I just now realized what that phrase meant. Okay? It may mean something different to you, but that's what I just realized. That's what it means. Right? And also, you understand things that other people don't understand. So, of course, when people don't understand things, what do? They get afraid. They act aggressive. It's kind of like shoot now, ask questions later energy. But you're just like, instead of shooting, I'm going to ask. Let me see. Let me investigate. Right? You're in that energy. And people are just like, when they don't know things, it scares them. It makes them feel intimidated. It makes them feel undermined. It makes them feel inferior, right? It makes them feel less than. It makes them confused and scared and agitated, right? So, of course, they're going to demonize the person who knows. And on top of that, you're not telling us. Even if you were to say, yes, it's because of the Most High God. That's not the answer. You're lying. Okay, well, I told you what I told you, right? She just said, you can do it. Like, if you don't want to believe, you don't want to believe. If you want to believe, that would be a great start. No one is saying you can't believe, right? But if you say it's because of the Most High God, and they're just like, they scoff at it, just like, oh, whatever. Here we go, another Bible thumper. That's because they don't want to believe. Right? Let them be in their misery, their confusion, their scaredness, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Look, we have this card. It's been coming out. I've been seeing this card a little too much lately. We have Sculpture of Self and then Create a New Identity. So I've read Create New Identity a couple times, but this is kind of something that's happening simultaneously. So you're like clay. You're literally being molded. You've been molded. Right? You were created by God. And so like my dad said I don't have to. My dad said, it's so funny because my daughter does this all the time. No. Daddy said I don't have to. So it's kind of like that. My dad said I don't have to run around. I don't have to yell. I don't have to be confused. My dad said to just sit here and wait. My dad said it's giving spoiled child energy, but like in an endearing way, right? Alright, create a new identity, embrace change, and rediscover yourself, crafting a narrative aligned with your true essence. Okay, so that's the molding of the clay. Sculpture of Self. Shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. So as you're sculpting yourself, you're allowing yourself to be who you are. Right, so let's say you had blonde hair. You were born with blonde hair. It's just your genes, blonde hair, right? And because of society, the media, blonde people are dumb, or blondes have more fun, or blondes this and blondes that. So what do you end up doing? You end up changing your hair color, or you dye it, or you do this and do that, right? Because that's what the world was kind of like trying to imprint on you. Right, trying to take away your uniqueness, your identity, your name, right? Just to fit in. Now that I remember, SpongeBob in that episode, the reason why he did what he did is because he was trying to drive, and he couldn't. There was so much in his mind that he just couldn't. So he tried to like erase himself, erase who he was, and blah 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 blah. So it's like you're like, you know what? You stopped coloring your hair, you stopped chopping off your hair, whatever, and you're allowing your blonde hair, your brown hair, your red hair, your blue hair, your whatever natural hair. This is just an example. I'm just using hair as an example, right? You're just letting it be. You're letting yourself be. That's who you are. And it's really bringing out a balance into you, because I just noticed that there's black and white here, right? Like each half of the body is an equal white and an equal black. It's really, you're balanced out. You're fine. There's really nothing for you, collective, to be worried about. Your world is fine. You're fine. Everybody else, I can't speak for them, but what I can see, the world, my life, and you're just like, wow, I like that blue jay. Oh man. I don't understand why it matters. I don't understand why it matters. If you're over there in your life bugging out, why are you worried that I'm not? You see, why does it matter? What is the reason? I just don't. Why does it matter? If you want to be scared and hold on to things and run around and, you know, be confused and angry and aggressive in your life, go ahead. No one's, obviously, that's your choice. That's your right. You can do that. So I don't understand why, if you want to do that, you're looking at the person next to you. How come you're not bugging out like we are? How come you're not going crazy? How come you're not angry? How come you're not scared? How come you're not confused? Why does it matter? Go back to bugging out. That's what you were just doing. Why does it matter? That's what I'm trying to understand. Why does it matter? If your neighbors are calm, why does it matter that the collective is just... Why doesn't... Oh, it's daddy issues. And I'm not talking about, like, dads out here. I'm talking about, like, you have a connection with the Most High God, your Father in heaven. They do not. And you're saying, my dad said... Because my dad said I don't have to be confused. My dad said I don't have to be worried. Maybe if you talk to your dad once in a while, you would know, too, that it's pointless to... Right? But you want to be angry at your dad because of your choices and your life and you're this and you're that. You want to be mad at God and then claim that God doesn't exist and then claim that God this and God that. And meanwhile, God is just watching you make decision after decision, choice after choice, belief after belief, mindset after mindset, idealism after idealism. That's all you, baby. You're doing that. And then you want to get mad because... What? You're not angry at God because I'm angry at God. You're not angry at God like I'm angry at God. Yeah, you're right. I'm not. And? Why does it matter? What's your point? What's the problem? It's so simple. Truly, truly. What is that? Why is it up front? Thrive and believe, embrace growth, and trust and promise. Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment. That was upright. I'm not taking it out though. But that's a nice note, right? Thrive and believe. That's literally all you're doing. You're just sitting, minding your business, thriving in your beliefs. So why does it matter that you cannot thrive in chaos? I feel like they wanted to prove a point that you can go against God and still succeed and still be happy and still be in heaven and blah 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 blah, right? And who told you that? Who told you that was the way? Right? I feel like someone just has a really, or there's like a group of people that has like, hold on. Has a grudge against God. Yeah, I'm asthmatic, by the way, so. I feel like I've literally just been saying this. This is the Four of Cups upright. They're not happy with what they have. And they want to blame God because they don't have more, or they should be like this, or they should have it like this, or blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, you're not even grateful for what you have. And if you get what you want, you're going to find some reason to end up being miserable again. If you're not happy and content with what you have now, you're never going to be happy and content with what you dream of having. Because you're not showing gratitude and appreciation. You're not grateful. Ooh, it's hot. Listen, New York heat is strange. It's very, very strange because Like, you can fry an egg, but then, like, literally the very, very next day, it'll be, like, freezing cold. Alright, so we have the Four of Cups up, right? The idealization of, don't let your focus close you to new ideas. Someone is very closed-minded. They're not open-minded. Yeah. They want to hold on to the belief. They're stuck in, like, doing it this way, it will guarantee you success, or doing it this way, it will guarantee you blah. It has to be done this way. And I feel like there's been multiple signs, multiple examples, multiple opportunities, right? Of that's not the only path anymore. That's not the only way, right? If you want success, you have to make this contract with this demon and you will be guaranteed success. That's not the only way. First of all, you don't have to do any contracts, right? Second of all you gotta do is just let God in your heart, love God, God will love you, ba 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 ba, all done, boom. Clear as day. I feel like there's like an old regime, an old way, right? And people are stuck in this old regime, this old way, because they want to prove it so bad that this is the way, this will be done, this is, but those same people are the ones that are bugging out, freaking out, crying, right? They're worried. They have this, they're holding on, they don't want to let go of this ideal or this belief. They're not like allowing themselves to be molded or to have like this outlook or this. It's kind of given like, I'm seeing like a dark cloud above these people and the sun is trying to like peek its way through, right? Because you know how like after it rains it shines, it's right, it's a cycle, right? And it's like the sun is trying to peek its way through, but someone's just like, no, I'm not ready for that, no, I want to prove it, this can be done. But my friend, your plants are drowning, your ships are sinking, your houses are flooded. How much more proof do you need that it's not working anymore? No, I can sail. You got like 3 holes in your boat and you don't even know where they're coming from. That ship is not good. That's not a good ship. You cannot sail across the seas with that ship. That house is flooded. You can't even get to your kitchen because you gotta swim to it. You gotta swim to your fridge. And your plants, they're drowned. They're not good anymore. I feel like someone's still trying to prove a point. They're trying to prove a point. And it's like, you're beating a dead horse. That's what that is. You're beating a dead horse. Whoever this person is, they could be, I was gonna say they could be a Cancer or a water sign. But Cancer is a water sign, so they could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, feminine or masculine. Or whoever this person is, they're having trouble changing their beliefs because of something that was instilled to them at a very, very young age. Alright? Or something that they were taught by their mom, or something that they were taught in a home, or something that they've seen when they were growing up, whatever it is. Or it's like something like that is not good. It's just not doing you. It's not, I don't know. I feel like there's a belief that someone is trying to stick to, right? Maybe like a spiritual belief or like a religion or whatever, but it's just not. Maybe it was their mother's and mother's beliefs, and their father's and their father's beliefs, or spirituality, or their religion, whatever it is. It's just for this person, for these people, it's just not for them. So they're trying to make something for them that's not for them. That's something separate though. That's a whole different thing. But that's like a side note, alright? I don't want to get too much into that because then this is going to be like a... One thing I'm good at is peeling back the layers of an onion. But then that takes a lot of energy. I feel like whoever this people are, whoever this person is, for people that spend, or a person that spends a lot of time outdoors, they're still very negative and like miserable. Like, you've been in the sun all day, right? In the pool splashing. How are you still miserable? How are you still unhappy? Right? You just had a lovely, beautiful picnic. How can you find something to be negative about? Right? You were just hiking by the waterfall, eating pineapple. How are you so like miserable still? I don't understand. So if, like, this is what I'm saying, like, these people, they're, why does it matter that you're not? Someone's really like emotionally unsettled. Like, they're deeply unsatisfied, deeply unfulfilled. This is really giving unfulfilled. So now we're shifting because the majority of this reading was like surface level, right? So now we're really getting deeper because now emotionally they're unfulfilled and unsatisfied. Oh my God, there's a commercial on TV for Love Honey, and that's like an adult website. So this is somebody who could be using sex as a means to escape. My phone just lit up. So this is either a group of people or a person that does this. They use physical intimacy to make up for their lack of emotional intimacy that they are having in their lives or experiencing in their lives. All right, but at the end of the day, that's not doing anything for them because they're still not being emotionally fulfilled, emotionally satisfied. No matter how much physical contact that they can come with A, B, C, or D person, it's still not doing what they want. This is this person. This is the person. And they're wondering why they're not happy or satisfied. And they're wondering why you're at peace and you're fine. And they're crashing out and bugging out. Oh, the world! There's a belief that they've been holding on to for a very long time. It's just doing more harm to them than good. And I don't think they realize it or know it. I don't think they care. I do think this could be a karmic water sign, whether this is a feminine or masculine, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I do think it could be a karmic Cancer feminine, but let's see what comes out. Could also be karmic Pisces feminine, but again, let's see what comes out. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles upright. Interesting. So, in the World upright. Okay, so one of the reasons why these people are miserable is because they see you having new opportunities. Cycles are completing for you. Cycle could have become oh boy. A cycle is completing with you, with these people. Whatever cycles that you had with these people, it's gone. It's no more. It's closed out. Right? But it's interesting though, because there's someone here. I feel like I can't even read it. Like, it's getting it's hot. One of these people that you closed out a cycle with, one of the reasons why they're so miserable is because they're like in love with you. They see you as like the epitome, the idealism, the ideal man or woman. So it may not even be that they're in love. It's like they have a deep admiration for you, and it borders on like obsession. So it may come across to the naked eye as like they're in love with you, but it's actually a really, 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 really deep admiration, borders obsession. That's not healthy, right? And it's this person, they're unhappy because they don't have access to you. Ew. This is a stalker. This is like a spiritual stalker. And this person's mad because I don't need you. You know that. You know that. They were trying to influence your energy, your time, your spirit in a way where they would always be attached to you. They would always have a place in your, oh my God, in your energy, in your time, in your life. And you close out that cycle. When you close out, you have new opportunities. You're having success, abundance, riches. You've transformed. You have confidence. You have stability. You have good health. Right? You have strength. And it's making, all of this is making this person miserable. They wanted to be a part of this. Listen, I really do think this is a karmic feminine Cancer. There's something about this person's, whether they are a karmic feminine Cancer or not, they could be karmic feminine any sign or a masculine. But there's something about their home, the dynamic that they grew up in, the dynamic that they had in as a child. There's something that was that they learned, but that whatever they learned, it was a very wrong and twisted belief, but they went with it, right? That's why as children you have to be very careful, because children are sponges. All right, that's why children need love, guidance, patience, acceptance, and blah, blah, all that stuff. Whatever this person picked up or learned, it was very, very dark and twisted, and they went with that for their entire lives, right? This is also giving me succubus energy, so this could be a succubus, right? Or they thought that this would be a sure way of living a life of like a Jezebel energy, but physical, whatever, it's not going to fulfill the emotional connection that you are requiring of. And so maybe this person could have thought that you would be able to do that, or you were the one to do that, or you seen them the way they needed to be seen, or touched them emotionally or spiritually the way they needed to, but that's how they needed you to do that. And that's something weird about this. It's just not. So this could be like an ex or like a friend, or like, I don't know, this person feels like you see them, right? You knew them, you see them, and not having access to you is really, it's not sitting well with them. Now that right there, and on top of everything else in the world that's going on, that's also not sitting well with them, right? Now on top of where they are in their journey, if they even started their journey, that's another thing that's added on. There's a lot that's being piled onto this person, and I'm not trying to give pity, or I'm just explaining, all right? Because it all adds up, right? It's like all of these things are adding up onto this person, and they see you, wow, the birds, the bees, and you're having success, and you're perfectly fine, and your world is great, and you're holding up your world, and you're walking into who you are, and you're being fine, and you're happy and healthy and confident and healthy, and you know, you're smart and you know things, and blah blah blah. This person, I feel like, so I just seen a woman running towards someone with like a bat in her arm and yelling like, ah! This person is like, they want to beat you. Now this could be like, this person could be competitive towards you, like they want to beat you because they're in a competition with you, or like they really want to put hands and feet on you because they can't take it anymore. Two of Swords. This is someone who's very, very confused. They don't know what's going on. Confusion regarding. Look, that's what it says. Confusion regarding. Right there. This person's very confused and they don't... I keep... Like, my hands are shaking. Someone's very, very nervous. This person, they're nervous. They don't know what's going to happen to them, what's going on. They're confused. They're scared. I would be cautious of this person. This person could have short black hair. Like, you see, this person has short black hair. Or you have short black hair. But they're essentially like walking around blind with the Two of Swords upright. They don't know what to do. Whoa. Excuse me. And I was gonna say before I burped, they were sure that the decisions that they were making in their lives would be their energy. They were for sure they would be in this energy, and they're not. And because they're not, and they feel blindsided, they feel lied to. By whom? They feel lied to by the world, by themselves. They also want to blame God. First of all, God would never tell you to be a Jezebel. God would never tell you to, if you feel emotionally unsatisfied, go have sex with X, Y, Z, A, B, C, E, F, G. What? That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Okay? Oh my God. This person is trying to call you. If they can't like spiritually call out to you, I mean, they're trying to do that too, but you're not answering the phone. But I do feel like this person, they're trying to find a way to like call you, like dial up your number and call you. Whether this is like, I know almost like every social media platform now has an option to where you can call them through that app, right? I keep hearing, if I could just talk to them, if I could just call them. I don't know, this could be karmic masculine for some of you. I don't know, whoever this person, these people are, they're just... it's so crazy because they're looking at the things that they have and they're not grateful for it. And look at the way this page is looking at this pentacle. Wow, what a beautiful pentacle. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. Thank you, God. Right? You're looking at this, whatever that you have, like, amazing, beautiful. Like, you're so grateful for what you have. And look at this person. I don't want that cup. No, I don't want that, God. And this person, they don't have any other pentacles. They only have one pentacle, and they're so grateful for it. So grateful. This person has 3 cups in front of them, and they have another cup being presented to them. I don't want that. It's not enough. And then you wonder why you feel the way you feel. You wonder why your life is the way it is. And then if you're asking why it matters, why, because this is what I was asking. Why does it matter that they're looking at you? It's because, I don't know, they're just not, they don't know how to be grateful. Three of Cups upright, Knight of Cups upright. You have a lot of support, emotional support, okay? You're emotionally supported, whether this is by people around you, your neighbors, your friends, your family. Oh no. Hold on one second. Okay, the Most High God, your spirits, your divine, your team. I gotta make this short because I gotta clear up space on my computer. You're very, very supported, and you're emotionally fulfilled. You're fine. You're happy, and you're emotionally fulfilled within yourself. Right? Not only can you feel it, the support, the emotional support, the spiritual support, but you feel it. You're living it. You're walking it. You're getting an offer. This could be a job offer or a love offer, or this is just like more and more people want to be there for you, to have like access to, like people are, they're making themselves be accessible to you. Okay, whereas maybe you were in a time of your life where you were making yourself accessible, like have some of me, have some of me, have some of me. You're not doing that anymore. Now people are just like, I'm here if you need me, I'm here if you, like people are making themselves open and accessible to you, collective. They are open to emotionally support you, physically support you in whatever way that you need, because you, like, they know that you are who you are. Like you're very loving, appreciative, grateful, kind, generous, mindful, conservative. I'm getting, you're just, you know how to conserve your energy. You know how to not abuse the relationships and sleep with everybody, and you're not a Jezebel, whether you're a man or woman, divine feminine, divine masculine. It's really giving that people are making themselves accessible to you. All right, people want to offer their love and support, maybe financial support, physical support. If you are in need of a conversation, they are willing to offer that to you. There are people that these are the people that are part of your team. I'm seeing 333. You have a lot of support. Look, 3 to 3 of cups, 3 in the Knight of Cups, and then 3 with the World. You have a lot of support. And it's because you know how to, with this 2 energy, you know how to be very appreciative, and you know how to manage and handle and juggle things, right? You could be multifaceted, multi-talented, multitasking things. Yeah, people want to, they also, like, not only are they making themselves accessible to you in more than one way, but they're not, it's not the energy of like they want to celebrate with you just because. It's kind of like they're, you can do this, collective, you got this, I'm so proud of you. It's that energy. They're like clinking glasses with you, but to support you, to keep you going. That's all you. And this person, they're deep in their emotions. They're miserable and stuck in their emotions in a toxic, negative, karmic way of thinking and believing. It's really beliefs. They're beliefs. They learned something when they were a young girl or a young boy. It was something very twisted and wrong. And it warped them. Right? And they went with it. And as a child, that's why children need guidance, right? When a child steals, you say, that's not good. So that you grow up, okay, stealing is not good. Whatever they learned, they were never taught. That's not good. And someone, whatever they picked up or learned or seen, someone in their family, or they could have, no one could have just corrected them, or no one like taught them that was bad or that was not good. They just, maybe they just turned a blind eye, pretend they never saw that, whatever it was, but they went with it, right? And they're an adult, so now you have to unlearn that. So that's definitely on you. But as a child, that's definitely on the parent or guardian of that child. Right, because then this is what happens. These are the kind of adults that these children grow up to be. Right now, after like a certain point, after a certain age, you have to stop blaming the parent and guardian, because now it's your job. All right, now you have to unlearn the things that you went with after you come to this realization. This person's having to crash out. They're crashing out. They're not doing so well. They're bugging out. They're doing things that are making people question them, like, have you heard of so-and-so? Are they okay? Because I was just talking to them and they just said blah blah, and they were just doing blah blah, and I don't know, I'm kind of worried about them, I'm concerned about them. Maybe you should call this. This person's gonna be in a the correct term will be a psychiatric ward. Alright, but if you want to play around with the name, you can call it the loony bin. But that's not. Okay. I think this person they're having a mental break, and that's not, I'm not cutting ass or anything. I'm just saying, like, they do need a break from reality, because the reality that they've built is not working for them anymore. So if they do end up in a psychiatric ward, it would be for their benefit, because obviously they cannot handle life. They cannot handle reality. They cannot handle the world. They cannot handle their emotions, their minds, their thoughts, their feelings. They cannot handle it. All right? So being in a psychiatric ward would be the best thing for them, for their safety and their sanity. Because as of right now, it doesn't seem like not only can they handle their life, but then they're looking at your life. Oh my God, they're having a good life. Oh my God, they're calm. How come they're not crazy? How come they're not this? How come they're not that? Why does it matter? You can barely handle your life. You don't need to be looking at someone else's life and then get triggered by that. This person's looking at your life and they're getting triggered. On top of all the triggers that they're having in their lives, their personal lives, their childhood, their trauma, the world, their this, their that. They cannot handle it. Alright? This is why, and it's for their benefits, alright? Because reality is not, their reality is not so kind right now to them. The Knight of Pentacles reverse. There's something, as things are picking up for you, this person's gonna come rushing in doing something really, really impulsive and dangerous, right? It's kind of giving, they're seeing you have the support, so they're gonna try and rush in, like, I support you too, I love you too, I'm here for you too, whatever you need. And you're just like, no, I don't need that support. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't want your support. I have enough support. Thank you. It's very, and this person's gonna be like, they're not gonna accept that well. This is someone who cannot handle rejection, and if they do get rejected, well, they just rejected me because I'm just too much for them. Or they just rejected me because, well, they have to justify the rejection, and that's very dangerous, right? Just, why can't you just be honest? You got rejected because you're toxic. That's it. Right? Like, if someone doesn't want me, they don't want me, right? I don't have to be like, well, they don't want me because of X, Y, Z. No. They don't want me because I'm not their type. I'm not this. I'm not... It's whatever. It is what it is. Alright? If you reject this person, and you will, because you don't want their support, they can barely support themselves. How are you going to love me? You can even love yourself. Right? And that's not to be mean. It's just, I don't think you have enough love to give. I don't think you're that clear-minded to be able to give me sound advice, right? Should I need it? I don't think you're that stable, right? To be like, hey, I'm having a barbecue. Why don't you? Or I'm having a get together because you're sleeping at your friend's house, or you're sleeping at your coworker's house, or whatever, right? You can't offer to have company being held at your location because your location is not your location. Hi, my love.
Hi.
What's up?
I want to dance.
You want to dance?
Yeah.
Me too. Okay, give me 2 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Just 2 minutes.
Only one.
1 minute?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, 1 minute.
Okay.
Alright, give me 1 minute. Yeah, I feel like this person, they're gonna try and push their way towards you, right? They're very stubborn and very delusional. We have the Lion here in the World card, and then one of the first things that the Knight of Pentacles reverse is lack of courage. This person's too afraid of something. They're afraid of something. They're not brave. Whoever this person is, they are weak in spirit, and you definitely don't want a weak-spirited person around you, because if they're weak-spirited, they're easily corruptible, and they would be the kind of person that, I'll give you $20,000 if you go smack the collective, right? And then they would be like, if you give me $30,000, I'll smack them twice. This is that. You don't want that. And you know that. That's why you're just like, no, I'm good on support. I have enough, thank you. 3 is the magic number. Right? I'll get one more, and I gotta close it, because it's gonna be dance time. Oh yeah, we gotta put bird food out there. It's hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. This person's in hot water too. 5 of Cups reversed. What is it that you have to be sad and depressed about? Nothing. You could be a Scorpio. A lot of water energy with the cups. 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups. The World card, Scorpio's in that. Neptune.
Dad, we have to eat a bird.
So the only Earth that we have is the 2 Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles upright, Virgo in the World, and the Knight of Pentacles upright. So this person could be in hot water when it comes to their finances, right? And their health could be questionable, right? I don't know if that's their physical health, but their mental health and their emotional health could use a break from reality, which is why they may end up being put in a psychiatric ward for their health, right? For their health. That's what the whole point of those things are. It's so you can get better, right? Obviously, you need a break from reality, right? So it's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like a reset button, right? On the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Cups upright. This is someone from your past who wants to come back. I support you. I support you. No, thank you. Thank you. I'm good on that. Scorpio again. They want to be part of this transformation. They want to be part of this journey, right? Scorpio is also the 8th house. It's also about other people's finances, right? So this person, they want some of your finances. They want to be a part of your finances, your success. They want monies, right? They want to be able to see your finances, know how much your finances are.
Money.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Kids are sponges. You gotta be so careful with what you say around kids. Alright, this is a reading.
The
Bye. Yeah.